The Radio Wemo Breakfast.
Kiwi.
Special guest in the Kiwi studio now is Penny Ashton. Good morning to you, Penny.
Good morning.
Talking about sewing, I'm sure sewing has something to do with the show that you're now involved in called Austen found the undiscovered musicals of Jane Austen.
Yes, it does. We do a lot of miming of cross-stitch, cross-stitch and aspiring to be particularly accomplished with our cross-stitch, for that shall surely attract a man.
Yes. Are you any good at the home economics yourself?
I'm quite a good cook, but sewing, hell no. I'm like, no, even to take trousers up, I'm straight to someone and go, can you do this? Rubbish.
I put a button on my new blazer the other day
well done.
but it fell off yesterday. No good.
I think I can sew on a button, And I was, I've got the proficiency down of doing home ec in like Form 1 and 2. I was the last year in my school that girls had to do home ec, cooking and sewing, and boys had to do metalwork and woodwork.
Yeah.
That wasn't that, I'm 36, it wasn't that long ago.
See, I went through in a year where boys had to do everything.
Because you're a lot younger than me.
Yeah, the woodwork, the metalwork, the home ec,
right.
The sewing as well. Made a nice pair of shorts.
Oh yeah, I made a terrible pair of shorts. They were horrible. I made them out of like curtain material. Jane Austen would not be impressed.
Mine was made out of camo.
Camo.
Not any kind of camo.
Wemo camo.
It was Antarctica camo.
Was
like
that white?
Snow camo.
You got white shorts with little polar bears on.
That was it. I remember being devastated when I grew out of them.
Oh, right. No, I don't think I wore mine. They were really unflattering. They had gathered waist. It's always a bad look.
So you are Jane Austen, is that right?
No, I'm not Jane Austen. I'm Penny Ashton. That's where you introduced me. Now, what it is a completely improvised Jane Austen style musical. So we all play the various archetype characters. Everyone was like, because we've been rehearsing badly. And everyone was like, how can you rehearse for an improvised show? But, we rehearse. There are women of a certain age looking to be married. There's the cad, the bounder. There's the, true suitor. Oh, my husband, my nerves.
Yes.
Wife, stop it. We play men, we play women, we play everything. So it's completely improvised, and we've done it. We did it in the Comedy Festival in 2008 and sold out, which was very exciting. And then we went to the Adelaide Fringe and sold out, which was also very exciting.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you take cues from the audience? So the audience
What we do, no, at the beginning, because it was really funny. We had so many reviews in Adelaide saying it's a mix of pre-scripted and improvised. And it's like, no, it's not. It's 100% improvised. But it's sort of, we've just got it down to such a thing that, I suppose it's a compliment, but it was actually a bit frustrating. But what we do at the beginning is we come out. I have the 7 deadly sins in a hat. One of the audience plucks one out. They also then, we get another word. Say they get gluttony, we get another word starting with G to complete our, so like Pride and Prejudice, Sense and Sensibility. So We've done gluttony and graciousness, pride and pudding, sense and senility, not sense, sloth and senility,
yes.
Various things like that. So that's the title we get from the audience, and then we just go. And that, there's a lot of, improvising potential in sloth and senility.
Yeah.
So we just do that. And, we get everyone's Austen names first of all. So who is your favourite member of the royal family? Male?
Oh, of the I'm a William fan.
You're a William fan? So am I.
Yeah.
So
I reckon
he's
he's cool.
receding a little bit now. But and what was the name of your first pet?
My first pet is Jarvid.
Oh, okay. So Jarvid. Okay, so your Austen name would be William Jarvid Bottom. So that's not bad, actually. Mine is Elizabeth Patchy Bottom. We've had some hilarious fluffy bottoms. We had a Dracula bottom once, so that didn't work so well. So anyway, so that's when we get...
That's a play on the whole porn name, the whole street name, pet name, that kind of...
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And but it's more, aristocratic.
Of course.
Yes. And we get one of those from the audience, and they become the central family, generally, in the show as well.
Yeah.
Yes. So, there's church services, there's balls. We do have a choreographed dance. That's the only thing that's in any way it's scripted, because you have to have choreographed dance.
Is there a Mr. Well, I'm not a Jane Austen.
You're a gaming fan.
Yeah, that's me.
They should do a Jane Austen game.
I wonder what that'd be like.
Well, there's that Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. So if they turn that into a game, I think that would do really well, actually. Like a lot of decapitation of things.
Who's the character that all the ladies swoon over?
Mr. Darcy.
Darcy, that's it.
Yes. Yeah, we have Darcy types.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we try not to follow any of the plots of the books because obviously that would be cheating. But there's elements of it all in there. Like, sometimes we do pride and pudding. And so there's usually someone who's a bit proud and someone who likes pudding.
Yeah.
So, that's the way it goes. And it's a musical, so we sing. So
you do?
Austen found the undiscovered musicals of Jane Austen.
Tell me it's better than Eruption, which was on TV3 last night.
I didn't see it. Yes, it is. It's better than Eruption. How's that? Seamless.
It can't
We
be
were
hard
rehearsing.
because Eruption was really bad.
Was it a musical?
No.
Oh, it was just the way you said that. What was it about? Was it one of these fake emergency, like this is what you should do?
A volcano erupting in Auckland.
Oh.
But it was all build up with an eruption at the end and then credits.
Oh, no, you
And it
need
was
some sort of dealing with the eruption.
Not really, no.
Right.
No, there was almost the eruption it ended up being quite sexual for the seismologist involved. I think he was getting off on it a little bit.
You might get off on us in our frocks, but it sounds very different to us.
It was pretty uncomfortable on many levels. The acting was...
Oh, I hate to see bad New Zealand shows.
I know.
Because
it makes us go, oh no.
I know, it's like, people, New Zealand comics aren't funny. I get sick of that a lot of the time and stuff as well. But it's, Anyway, well, I'm sad to hear that.
Yeah, well, getting back to the home ec.
Yes.
Are you any good in the garden?
No, I've just moved in with my boyfriend, actually, Swoon, so I have my own Mr. Darcy.
Congratulations.
He's from Yorkshire, thank you. So anyway, and we were thrilled that the landlord mows the lawns, because I've never mowed a lawn in my life, which makes me sound incredibly precious, and I am. But no, I'm so not. Why have you got a gardening magazine?
Well, I've got a gardening magazine because a little bit later on the show I'm talking to the Auckland Gardener of the Year.
Oh, wow.
They do the whole New Zealand Gardener of the Year, and so each province has their gardener, and then they're all in the competition. But he's such a cool chap. He's out in South Auckland, and he basically does a community garden.
Oh, okay.
For his for his local peeps, and also goes around to people's houses and creates sort of gardens for them as well.
No, I have a friend in Ottawa who's an exceptionally good gardener. I went and stayed with him, and I was like, I can't remember if there's a spare room or not. And I went in, and there was like 40 marijuana plants in this one room, and I'm like, oh, that's right, he doesn't have a spare room. It's filled with his marijuana cultivation, and he had very good pot plants as well. As well as the pot plants, he had very good pot plants.
A lot of skill involved with that, though.
He's got quite the green thumb.
Yeah.
Whereas I do not. He's also got very red eyes a lot of the time as well.
No doubt. Hey, well, Austen found the Undiscovered Musicals of Jane Austen. It is starting on
Thursday the 21st until Sunday the 31st. Our Sunday shows are at 4 o'clock for any elderly listeners out there, or just people who like to, go out late on a Sunday. You can book at 0800 buy tickets, and there's also information at conartists.co.nz, because that's the name of our group. We're Con Artists. We also do conventions and comedy and stuff like that, and corporate functions and things, so that's where that name comes from. We're not going to steal your money while you're looking the other way.
Yes, Con Artists is probably an apt name. Didn't you almost con yourself into a gaming event the other week?
I did con myself. It was hilarious. I thought I was going to a media mingle, and I thought, well, Whammo's here and Chang's here. Sorry to mention another radio station. So I'm like, well, this must be a media mingle. And then it was like EA, and I'm like, okay, this isn't making sense. And then they start talking gaming. I'm like, I'm totally in the wrong place. It was hilarious. I got a free drink and some canopies and a lovely chat with you. So that was good. Yeah, so I am a con artist. Look at that.
It's all, of course, on at the edge. And are you going to plan on taking it around the country at any point in time?
I would love to. If there's anybody listening that wants to buy it and bring us, because it's quite expensive putting it on myself. So I'd love to hit the festivals. Actually, I think it's a perfect show for the festivals because it sells very well, and it's a lot of fun, and it's very silly, and it has a literary bent. It's not particularly New Zealand focused, so that's one thing about it. We usually use accents like this as opposed to ones like this. Oh, Jane. Oh, no, Mr. Darcy's not coming over. Doesn't really have the same sort of effect in the Jane Austen style. But, we'd love to. It was awesome going to Australia and selling out. Because there's 700 shows to compete with over there, and but it's amazing. We didn't quite realise the fervour of the Janeites. That's what they're called. Janeites. It's the fans of Jane.
They almost need their own Armageddon Expo, but it's the equivalent.
Totally. I mean, they are that ardent, and they have Regency balls where people go and dress up and they dance country dances. They have Jane Austen sewing groups where they practice doing little thingies like she did. We didn't call it thingies. In Adelaide, we had women come dressed up in their Regency outfits that they'd made themselves and showing them. They were so much better than our costumes.
This would be huge in, is it Oamaru?
I'm not sure.
You know where they dress up every year in period clothing.
Oh, okay, and
the whole town gets involved. They dress the kids up.
I think that's Victorian. So I don't know if they'll be. The Regency is a very defined small period.
I see.
Yes, and so we've done our research. That's what you wouldn't believe the food that they ate. Cheese with maggots was a delicacy. Yes.
What?
Cheese with maggots and cheese with mites. Jugged hare, where they put a whole hare.
I saw that on Fear Factor. Someone eating cheese and maggots. But,
What was that? You got a text. You leave
Yeah.
your phone on. That's very cavalier of you,
Sometimes,
isn't
the
it?
text is more important than the guest. Now I'm just sent me to check. Yeah.
Cheese with maggots. What else are they? Just like they were so corpulent and fat and ridden with gout and things like that because of their diets and stuff. So
Crikey.
yeah, so we sort of we talk about the different styles of carriages. For example, the Phaeton was the Porsche of the day, and barouches and things like that. So we've done a lot of research, which has been a lot of fun actually.
Well, go and see Penny Ashton eat maggots and cheese.
Yes, please.
And the Austen found the Undiscovered musicals of Jane Austen.
Miming, of course.
It will be a total sellout, so go book your tickets nice and early at the Edge.
I'll see you at some other event that I've crashed.
Yeah, no doubt. Thanks, Penny.
Cheers.